Back at it again, Ric Serritella on location here at the 2019 College Football Hall of Fame. We are with Mr. Paul Palmer, the first ever Temple Owl to go into the College Football Hall of Fame. So many great players that have worn that Temple uniform. You are the first to go into the Hall. What's that mean to you, sir?
I think it means not only a lot to myself, it means a lot to everyone. I think it validates Temple football. It validates the energy and everything that had been put into me by people from midget football throughout high school teammates, my high school coaches, and obviously my college coaches. So it's a big deal, and it's not just me. It's a big deal for everyone.
And, the Temple program is, had its share of ups and downs in years past. Coach Rule brought it back, I think, and now Coach Collins is trying to hold the fort. They're in a bowl game again.
Yeah, again.
Have you been back to campus? Are you in contact with Coach in the program these days?
As a matter of fact, I got a text from Coach this morning. I'm the color analyst for football.
Okay.
So I'm around the team a lot. I normally like game days, I try to get down on the field because in my mind I think I'm still a player. So I try to get on the field. I make sure I talk to the running backs, of course. And then Coach allows me to sneak into meetings every now and then, the night before games. So I'm around the team a lot, which I love.
Well, let's talk about one of those running backs since you brought it up. Ric Armstead, gutsy player, has carried Temple to a handful of victories.
Sure.
What's your impersonation when you watch him play?
He's my little brother, you know what I mean? And I love him. I think he runs extremely hard. We always laugh in the booth whenever he catches like a linebacker or a cornerback or defensive back. He gives it to him pretty good. And he has great speed. He has breakaway speed. I think he was a 100-meter champion when he was in high school. And he's just a warrior. He just comes back. You see him getting on the airplane wearing a boot. He plays the game. Then he gets back on the airplane. He puts the boot back on. So whoever gets him at the next level, they're getting a really, really good one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's exciting. He's a talented overall player. He can block, run, catch.
Oh, my God. What's incredible is pass blocking is incredible. Mm-hmm. And that's where I struggled in the league was pass blocking. His pass blocking, I know he hasn't given up a sack. I've talked to his coach. He hasn't given up a sack pass blocking.
Now, you were the 19th overall selection in the 87 draft. Yeah. A lot of players such as Ric and others are going to be making that transition to the next level now. What kind of advice, now that you've had some time to look back and have been through it, what kind of advice would you give to these players trying to make that transition from the college to the pro game?
I think the biggest thing is to continue to do what you've done to get you where you are. Another thing is mind your people, places, and things. There's too many examples, and even if you look back in my case, people, places, and things, those situations and things will slip you up. So do what you've done that's gotten you where you are, and then be careful who you allow exposure to yourself, because a lot of times not everyone's intentions are good for you.
That seems to be a common theme, and just following up on that, the agent selection process, there's a lot of good agents, there's also a lot of bad agents. What were some of the factors that were important to you? What did you weigh and consider when selecting an agent?
Well, for myself, I'll say, I made the mistake, and I didn't have a good agent. I didn't have someone who was doing it for me. He was doing it for himself. And it's tough. It's hard enough when you're just trying to play, and then your outside life, your outside of football is so screwed up. It's important that the person you're with in a relationship, it's important that she's in your corner. It's important that your friends understand that there's certain things that you have to do. It's important that you find the right agent that really cares about you. And when you have all those things, when all those things are in harmony, everything's go well. But when one or two things gets out of harmony, it can go bad real quick.
And you mentioned you're doing some analyst work on the TV side, radio side?
Radio side. Face for radio.
Okay.
One of those,
And outside of the radio, any other foundations you're involved with, anything off the field that we can plug?
I work at a wonderful high school, Haddon Heights High School, and I work with special needs kids. I love it. They seem to enjoy me, but I don't think they realize that I get more out of it than they get. They're a great group of kids. They show me a lot of respect. They show a lot of determination. And they're a joy to really be around. I'm really fortunate and I'm blessed to have the opportunities that I've had, and a lot of my opportunities have come because of football.
Great stuff. Paul Palmer, the first ever inductee from the Temple Owls here at the 2019 College Football Hall of Fame. Ric Serritella reporting New York City. Keep it locked, everybody.